Yeah, so big. Alright, guys. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys something. My bad for this whole time not having audio. I just fixed it. It should be working now. Let me go and confirm real quick just to make sure. I just want you guys. I saw something and it's insane because it's something that I always emphasize, and I want to make sure you guys understand it. So let me go here real quick. Let me just make sure it has audio. That's all I want to see. Whole time not having audio. I just fixed it. It should be working now. Let me go and confirm real quick just to make sure. I just want you guys. I saw something and it's insane because it's something that I always emphasize, and I want to make sure you guys understand it. So let me go here real quick. All right, guys. So this is what I'm seeing. So as you guys know, I always first thing in the morning I always check my resources. I check to see, Forex Factory, Finviz, and investing.com. Those are my first three resources. Forex Factory, one, of course, because I want to make sure that there's no economic events going on, right? I want to make sure that there's volume, the right volume, and especially if I'm in a move of a higher time frame, I may not see that move if there's no volume, right? I might just be in a range. I might be in an area where price is consolidated or undecisive, and I may be stuck in there for a couple hours, maybe a day or two. So this is always why I like to check for news, check to see how other confluences, like make sure I have all my confluences, and try to see if I have any other indicators or factors that could, give me higher probabilities of winning my trade. So first thing first, Forex Factory. There's housing market index news and there's long-term purchases. Long-term purchases, I believe, has to do with foreigners being able to buy our currency for them to be able to buy our securities, right? So it says it here. I always see why traders care. It's demand for domestic securities and currency demand are directly linked because foreigners must buy the domestic currency to purchase the nation's securities. These are long-term securities transactions. Okay, so actual greater than forecast is good for currency, for the US dollar. So if this report comes greater than the forecasted, good news. So DXY, we may see DXY long again. Let's go to DXY. I always make sure that I see the DXY index before I see any indices, before I see any pairs, before I see anything. I always make sure that I know what's going on with the DXY. So we're currently on a second range to the upside, right? Let's see if we get breakouts right around this 105 500 level. That's where I'm looking to see breakouts start to occur, or break out to the downside and tap back into this range. If we start to see sales below 104 475, then we could see gold start to rally to the upside. But for right now, it looks like the DXY wants to continue to range towards the upside. Now, that being said, let's go back to the news. And we have a housing market index. It doesn't say why traders care. Survey of about 900 home builders, which asked respondents to rate the relative level of current and future single family home sales. Okay, so it doesn't really move much. Ranges, that seems like the data ranges from 50 to 45, 55, 56. All right. So there's no high impact news today. So now I can expect prices to range for a little bit. Maybe I won't see that volume that I want. So I must be aware of these things before I get in a trade, right? It's very important. So tomorrow there's building permits and housing starts. Okay. So let's go now after we've checked to see. I also go back to see if there's any breaking news here. Remember, most of this news also, banks already have access to this information, right? So banks and price already know what's going to happen or what report is coming out before us retail traders have access to this information. That's why this terminal called Bloomberg Terminal. It costs like $20,000 a year, and you have to pay. You can pay for it 2,000. It pretty much comes out to $2,000 a month, but you can get access to much more information, versus having it free in the internet. Which is why banks have an edge advantage, or people who have those great connections. Now the point is, you know, here there's latest stories, there's news, there's events that we can educate ourselves with. We can be fundamentally aware of these things, so we can try to have so we could try to shorten that edge advantage that banks have with us, right, against us. Now, there's no breaking news. I always, if I see red folders, I like to check it out, read up on it a little bit. Well, I'm also waiting for the 4-hour candle closure, right? A 4-hour candle closure in 24 minutes. What is it, 9 a.m.? Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Over here, it's 1 hour behind, so it's 7:35. Over there, it's 8:35. All right. So in a few minutes, 25 minutes, we'll start to see 4-hour candle closures, so we can get better confirmations. Remember, most of you guys who know me already, you guys know that I'm a 4-hour candle closure, 4-hour support and resistance trader. So now let's go back to FinViz. Now this is what I wanted to show you guys. Guys, make sure you stay aware of these things. Always. It's never a bad thing to be, part of, just understanding fundamentals. I hear a lot of fundamental traders say, "Oh, I don't trade technicals," and then I hear a lot of technical traders say, "I don't trade fundamentals." It's okay, you don't have to trade it, but just at least be aware of those, analysis. Try to have a good understanding of them. Try to analyze them technically and fundamentally, so you can have that advantage. So here, what I love about FinViz, first thing first, when you're home, it gives you a whole bunch of charts, right? 3 different charts, and those are pretty much the U.S. Stock market indices: Dow, which is US 30, NAS 100, and S&P 500. It tells you how it's performing on a one-day relative performance as well. So we're pretty much bearish. We're 57% bearish on the S&P 500. Is that actually for the S&P 500? I'm not sure there, but regardless, we're still bearish 1.22% for the day. We're bearish 1.56% for the day, and we're bearish almost 1% for the day on Dow. So looking at this, especially when I see here, there's a tickers, right? There's a box full of tickers, and these tickers right here, it's pretty much red. So if most of these, I know that these companies are players in the S&P 500, they're Dow, they're NAS, they're all a bunch of companies, right? We got Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla, right? So I'm not the stock trader, guys. This has nothing to do with stocks, but the reason why I emphasize this is because I trade a US based pair. I trade gold against the US dollar, and I also trade NAS 100. So if some of these companies are in NAS 100, and I see this is just red, and on top of that, on NAS 100 chart, one-day relative performance, it says we're down 1.56%, right? Now I know to be looking for sells on NASDAQ, right? So guess what? When I saw that, this is the first thing I did. I wanted to look at NAS. Sorry, guys. And then I want to see how we're performing technically, right? So fundamentally, we're bearish, right? And technically, it seems like we're bearish as well. We just have to wait and see how we perform at this level. Coincidentally, I had my level of support off the higher time frame already marked up. When I came, I saw it like this, so I saw light bulb went on, start looking for sells, right? Be open to the buys, but be more aware of the sells, and the sells could play out, right? I have my no trade range as well right there. I want to see candle closures below. I want to see us close in 20 minutes. I want to see us close underneath this range that we have right here. So let's see how we perform in the next 20 minutes, and we'll get an extra answer, right? We'll get an extra confluence. Let's go to the 1 hour. Same thing, 1 hour, we have this bullish candle closing in 19 minutes. Let's see where this bullish candle closes. Hopefully it closes below the range, and then we could take the breakout at 15,140. Breakout would be 15,160, but I'd rather be on the safer side. Sacrifice a couple pips and execute off the safer breakout, which is previous low. Okay, so this is why, guys, I will always emphasize, check your resources. It's free. You know, it doesn't cost anything. And you can also go here, Forex, and the same thing that we saw with stocks, we can see it as well with our Forex based pairs. It gives us all the pairs, not all the pairs, but most of the Forex pairs. So as you can see, the dollar is pretty much being outperformed by its pairs, but not by much. There's a lot of indecision in the markets. USD CAD bearish, USD JPY bearish, USD CHF bearish, Euro USD bullish, GBP USD bullish, NZD USD bullish. So most of these pairs that are against the dollar are outperforming the dollar. So now we know to expect the dollar to possibly just range, right? Which is what we were analyzing in the beginning. Let's go check out the dollar. To range, but I'm more anticipating range to the upside. Now, if the dollar continues to perform how it's performing today, how it shows in our screeners, right, we could just expect range, possibly just within this range, which is still a good sign for the dollar to continue to the upside, right? And now that gives us a possible lookout for shorts on gold. NAS 100 on the other hand seems like it wants to sell off. So I mean, over on the higher time frames off of Nasdaq, I'm bearish, and I'll show you guys why. I know a lot of people don't want to see Nasdaq go down. You know, for Nasdaq to go down means companies are going to start short, are going to start selling off. But hey, it's the markets. We've only been going up, and if you see here on the daily time frame, for the past year, we've only gone up. So we're also starting to trade below previous lows, right? As you see here, 2021 we made our highest high, right? And then now 2023 we're trading below that high. Now, not just that, but we have within the same year, right, within this past year, our higher high has been 15,750. We're failing to break that level. We're failing to wait. Whoa. I need my camera back. What happened to my camera? Let me see. Alright. So we're failing to break, right? We're failing to reach that previous high, and we're failing to break it, and we're just starting to break out if around 14,000 feet or 14,750 is where we start to break market structure if we can break out to the downside. But currently we're seeing signs of sell-off. If we go back to the weekly time frame as well, you know, it's a coinfluence it coincides with the weekly time frame as well, where we've just been uptrending. We're starting to see possible signs of breakouts to the downside as well, and we're just channeling. Um, we're just it looks like we're creating a lower high, and to come to form a new lower low. But we have this level over here at 14,655, which is acting as a higher time frame level of support. So that, you know, if we start to see breakout of that area, then that's where we can continue to see sell off, or we can see possible retest to the upside, tap back into this trend line, and then continue to the downside. But let's see. Regarding today, let's look at the daily candle once again. We have a bearish. Oh, we're flipping. I think we're flipping, but this 4-hour candle is still. No, it's bearish. Still bearish, but it's closing into the range. I wanted to close underneath the range, right? This range would be like right around here. So this is like that area where I wouldn't want to trade NAS 100 at all. But that's looking at price action. So now let's just continue to be patient. We got 13 minutes left for the 4-hour candle closure to close. So let's go back here to Forex. And guys, the third resource, investing.com. Investing.com is pretty cool. Gives you the fundamentals as well. You get to take a look at economic events, and but more importantly, here, the major indices. This is where it's at. Remember, guys, I trade indices. I trade NAS 100, so I constantly want to, you know, stay aware of what's going on fundamentally. I want to try to have that edge advantage, right, with the markets. Here you can see the 1-day relative performance as well. So it's just like finviz.com, where it tells you the 1-day relative performance. But here you can look at, you know, just stocks and indices, the dollar index. There's no Forex. It's more for indices. Yeah. Also, it tells you DAX 30 for those DAX traders out there, and it tells you indices from other countries as well. So that's what's pretty cool about it. So let's go back to our technicals now. Let's close that page out. All right. So NAS 100 we have. We're not closing too good, but still bearish. Let's go back to XAU USD. Give me one moment, guys. I'm gonna get some water. And gold, we're closing pretty nice as well, with a nice bearish candle. But I want to see. Let's see how we close. What is this? This is 1929. That'd be like a 40 pip stop loss almost. 45 pip stop loss. I'm at this where gold is currently at. I kind of want to buy it, but let's see where we start to close. Let's start going down to let's go to the 2-hour real quick. We have that range right there. Also valid on the 1-hour time frame. This I'm gonna have to move over here. Let me turn on my SMAs. Yeah, we have this strong level of resistance now. The 1-hour is also giving us bearish momentum. Our SMAs are sort of parallel with one another, so we could expect a range this it's sort of like risky buys at the moment, right? I mean risky sells at the moment. Take the risky sells and then what? Get 30 pips, possibly see rejection because we have a minor level of support. If we break out, then we can start to see the risk to reward start to grow, but the risk to reward is more on the upside. Now let's see something else. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame again. I wanted to see was trend line. .30-minute time frame. Yeah, 30-minute time frame. We're not looking too good for the sell off, right? But we just gotta be patient. Wait. 9 minutes left. We could see if we close anywhere or anywhere around here. I'm not gonna execute on the sells. I'd wait for 1922 to sell. But we could see this could be a nice 15-minute yep, 15-minute sell off. But like I said, guys, I'd rather not get in where price is currently at to just possibly get 30 pips. I'd rather see breakout over here at underneath 1925, around 1922, to then execute. But although if I were to execute here, it'd be in 8 minutes as well, guys. So I want to see the next candle, open up bullish, create a top wick, and then execute off the flip with a nice small stop loss. Yeah, this is a 20. I don't like this. I'd have to be at least a 25 pip stop loss, but I don't like it. Too risky. Are you guys in any pairs at the moment? Let me know what trades you guys are on, guys. Oh shit! Spilled myself. Fuck. Yeah, today there might not be a lot of volume, guys. Remember, we have FOMC statement on Wednesday. Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we have FOMC statement. Very important news being released. It's just to see. Well, the Feds will be going over if they'll be continuing to rate the hikes, or if they're going to pause the hike. On the rates. So right now we're currently at a 5.5. Every time they raise it by a quarter basis point. So I don't think they'll be raising it. It's a good sign if they don't raise it. It should help the dollar. We'll probably see sell off on pairs against the dollar if they pause the rate hike. That's a good sign that the Federal Reserve is trying to battle inflation as well, and they're here planning, instead of just continuing to rate the hikes and not showing any signs of stopping inflation or battling it at least. So that's a good sign. Let's see, Fed Chairman Powell, man, he always moves the markets. We'll also see other speakers speak. When they're speaking, let's try to be aware of what they're saying. I will be going live that day at that time to live stream the news, so that those that don't know where to find the news, or those that can't get access to the news, they'll have access to it on the YouTube channel. So let's see, guys. NAS 100. Let's see how it's looking so far. Not getting that rejection I wanted from NAS. Wants to close a little bit lower. The lower the better. But so far it's closing pretty good. There's still no signs of selling soon. If anything, I would buy. If anything, I would be. But the problem is volume, guys. There's no volume at the moment. So the buys would look something like this. Risky, very risky, but that could be a nice trade. 2-to-1 trade. 2.5 risk to reward. Not bad, not bad. Damn, there's no. Oh, I never sent out the link to my Discord. Alright, sorry guys, I forgot to send out the Discord link, the YouTube link on Discord. I had a dream that I found my way. Alright guys, we got 1 minute left to the candle closures. For the 4-hour candle, let's go and check the 4-hour candle closure on NAS real quick. I don't like how it closed, but let's see. We could see what type of candle we get for the open. Just not enough volume, guys. That's all it is. We could possibly wig fill. I don't. See how big this wick is. I'm not trying to. No, there's higher probability that my stop loss will hit. No volume whatsoever. It's 9 a.m. at the moment. Where's the volume at? Water so refreshing, guys. See, this is what I didn't want. To get in there, execute off the sells impulsively without waiting for candle closures, and now we'd be in drawdown. You know, I'd rather wait. It's probably was there any holiday? What's today's date? Today's the 18th, Monday, September 8th. There's no holiday today. All we can do is wait, guys. That's all we can do. New York stock market opening up in 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes, New York stock market is opening up, so we could see a possible rush, a possible volume added to the market. But we'll have to wait 30 minutes, 29 minutes. Let's go check out XAUUSD, see how gold closed on the previous 4-hour candle. Okay. But this is what I'm seeing with my SMAs, that we're just ranging, right? We're parallel with one another. There's no upside or downside opening or crisscross. Of my SMAs aren't crisscrossing at all. So the sales are below 1922. If we were to execute anywhere we're near where price is at the moment, it'd be risky. Super risky. So far it's looking like a no trade day. No trade day, guys. That's what it's looking like at the moment. Are you guys in any trades at the moment? What trades are you guys on? Nasdaq, gold. Are you guys in GJ, EJ? I know a lot of people trade EJ. I am glad that it is Monday, guys. Mondays are such a beautiful day. If you wake up hating Mondays and you wake up grumpy on Mondays just because it's Monday, guys, start loving Mondays. Mondays are probably the best day of the week. Starting to hate long weekends too. Alright, it's looking like a no trade day. I'm gonna hop off the live stream now, call it a day. I've been live here for the past hour, so I forgot to send out the link to Discord, guys. I'm sorry, but if you are a part of Discord, I will be sending a trade there for free. Of course, everything there is free. So enjoy, guys. I love it like that. It's my way of giving back to the community. So take advantage, guys. It links on the bottom of the comment section. Join the Discord if you guys has 400 traders. as well, where you can talk to, analyze trades with, get trade ideas. And for those that are new to the channel over here, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. And turn notifications on so you can stay aware of a new video or whenever we go live. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Happy trading day. Happy Monday, guys. Enjoy and make today yours. Peace.